Hello everyone, Chris is here, and today I have found myself a nice soft floor, and I suggest you do the same. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to give you a gentle stretch for the toes, and then we're going to make it a little more dynamic. Yeah. So it's going to be a little bit more dynamic stretch for the toes and the feet. But I also want to use it as an exercise that can help us understand the transfer of weight from one foot to the other. Not only on the base, not only on our feet, what's happening on our feet, but also what is happening in the rest of our body. And this one is a very good exercise for that. So we're going to be talking in the next few videos about axis and movement around the axis and what axis is exactly. But for now, let's start with this. If at some point you feel that this is too much, you stick with the first part of this video. If you feel that it's a little bit too intense for your legs, or it feels a little bit too intense for your toes, again, either stay with the first part for a few repetitions and then maybe try a couple of the more intense, more dynamic stretch. And most importantly, find a floor that is nice and soft. So either a carpeted floor like I have here, or a nice thick mat, or maybe if you're at the gym, you can definitely do this at the gym where they have this foamy type of floor so that you don't hurt your knees. So if you're ready, here we go. Oh, one last thing. This is an exercise from Ido Portal. I'm going to send you the link that if you want to see. It is part of a bigger, a different set of exercises with a different purpose than the one we have. But when I was using his video to practice it, and I did this exercise, it's like, oh, okay, this is going to help our tango cause. So I'm sharing it here with you. But check out the link at the bottom for to visit his video, which gives you a few extra exercises if you want to try them out. So here we go. So spread all 10 toes and sit comfortably over your heels. This is why you need that comfortable floor. And maybe your feet are a little bit tighter than mine, or a little bit more flexible than mine. You might take longer or less time to find that right spot. So maybe you need to wiggle a little bit left and right, or a little bit front and back. I'm doing a little bit of that here. And give yourself time to find the right spot. Maybe this is already too much and you need to stop here. That's okay. You can always come back to this video and this exercise a later time when you feel more ready for it. So take your time, and when you feel the time is right, start moving the hips. So you're tilting the pelvis to the front and to the back. And I want you though to notice not only how your body is moving in space, but also how the legs are supporting that action. What is the effect that is causing to your legs? So and your weight distribution. Then we're gonna move on to something slightly different. So settle again, and now start moving the heels, which is a bone that is further away from the center of the body, and that makes the legs move in space. Here's a back view. So as I'm moving my heels, see the feet and the knees are moving in place, and that is causing my hips to move. And we're putting them here together. That was a little bit of a surprise. Now, First, notice the hips, how this curves the whole body, and then how the hips are taking us forward and up, and that expands the body. So we're curving in, and we send the hips back, and we expand. Okay? But now, try to do this, or try to focus while watching the video on noticing what the heels are doing. They're doing exactly what we were practicing on before without passing forward and back. So there is an in and out, and then there is an up and down at the same time. There is sort of a curve that is happening as we're rolling from the back to the front. And that does affect our knees and how our legs are traveling into space. So take a back view here, adjust the knees, and notice how my heels are moving away from each other. And now I'm rolling on the outside of my foot and back towards the center of the heel. And now this is the reverse. Their heels are coming together. And there we go. And into the extension. One more time, just so you can see how the weight adjusts, how you see that in the foot, and then you pass your way forward again. As you're doing the exercise, try to notice the movements as I describe them here in your body. And that's it. So go slowly, like you saw me just do, and pay attention a lot to how your legs are moving inside your hips, and how your hips are moving around the legs, and how the quality of that movement is different. Maybe it takes you to a similar place, but not exactly the same. So I want you to go slowly. Not only because it's an intense stretch, so you are going to feel it a lot in the feet, but it will be very enjoyable afterwards. It's like an intense massage, but also for you to feel how the movement is happening, because we want to use it for our walks afterwards. So you might already have gotten an idea of where this is going, but go through it. Take your time. Maybe you need to stay at the first part a couple of times. So if you're starting and you're placing weight on your toes, you're feeling that it's intense, it's okay. Stop there. Maybe play a little bit with the heels and a little bit with the hips, and that's it. Maybe next day it will be different. Every time it's going to be a different experience, and your feet will be able to take more, and especially understand how the weight is distributed along the foot, along the base. So notice any discomfort, notice any tension, and notice how the movement is developing, what you can do with your upper body to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier, and so on and so forth. And we'll be back for more.